Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I have a huge Amazon homeschooling unboxing to share with you. It's very exciting. I'm surrounded by lots and lots of boxes. So if you enjoy this type of content, another homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. All right, so I decided to do two unboxing videos. So the other one will come out either right after this one or maybe there'll be a video in between. I haven't decided yet. Today's is mostly focused on homeschool stuff. Some of this stuff we will still be taking with us to Africa, but we're also using it before we go to Africa. Whereas the other unboxing is stuff specifically for Africa and just some miscellaneous stuff that didn't really have a category. And so I had waited till Amazon Prime Days to buy all this stuff. I was like, whether or not it goes on sale, that's like I need these things for homeschool or we need them for Africa. I want to just make sure we have everything and can plan because we're leaving in about 3 months and we're going to be on for 6 months. So I wanted to make sure that we had everything, and if not, like I could think through what else we needed. So today I'm going to go through homeschool things. I think mostly with the homeschool stuff, a lot of the stuff was actually on sale, at least a little bit. There are a few things that didn't go on sale at all, but again, it was kind of, I'm just waiting to see if they go on sale. I still needed them if they didn't, but that's kind of the game plan. So let's go through these boxes. I'm sitting in a different spot. You're probably like, where in the heck? I'm just like sitting in my kitchen because my husband took all the kids to the library. So I'm trying to get this done before he gets back. And my table is covered in boxes for the other haul back in the homeschool room. And then also we're having some cement work done on the side of our house, which is right where I usually film. And so even though you can't hear them loudly, like it's there, and I don't want them also to sit there and listen to me talk to myself. So I'm sitting out here. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me start opening boxes and show you what I got. Okay, sorry, it's weird for me. I'm usually sitting on a like twisty chair and sitting on a stationary one, and I feel like I'm sitting lower and all these things. So, or maybe this table, I think it's a little higher too than the other one. So I feel a little bit weird. But I'm just gonna go through boxes. I separated stuff kind of as packages came in, but I don't remember everything that's everywhere. But one of the things that I got was this Geo Glow Art kit. So I did get some like Geo boards to take with us to Africa, but I'm gonna let my kids use these before we go. And also several of these things are covered. We belong to the Open Ed Charter, and so a lot of these things get covered under them, which is another reason why I got them, because we don't have to pay for them. But I thought this one looked cool, and I thought too it could be cool like once we are on a plane and stuff going to Africa to have them glow in the dark, because sometimes the planes are really dark. But this, I don't know, I think I saw another homeschooler use it, so I thought we'd try that. This was something I had, I think, saved for a while, and I was also looking for small games my kids could play here, but that also could possibly be taken with us to Africa. You know, we're not gonna have like Mary Poppins bags, so so right now in my head I'm like, yeah, we could take this and we could take this, but it really will come down to how much space we have. But this is just like it gives you the little cards and then you create something, like create the little block. And so I like these games, and Think Fun. We always love Think Fun. We have so many things from Think Fun. And then I think this is the iPad. I haven't actually opened this. I just got here yesterday. But this did not go on sale. I waited to see if it would, but it didn't. And so I just bought it anyway. And then this is the 11-inch, I believe. I had to go wipe my nose real quick. It was like all of a sudden gonna run down my face. And nobody wants that. So this is the 11-inch. I think it's 11. Oh, it's 13. That's what I was like. The other one we looked at was 11, but we already have an 11-inch tablet and I wanted something bigger. So I'm not gonna open it the rest of the way, but this is basically what it looks like. So it's a 13-inch iPad Air M3, if that means anything to anybody. But I got that one because it was a bigger screen, and we're gonna use it for my older kids to do Procreate. So we'll use it here, but it also will come with us. And I also might use it for a lot of just my note taking and different things when we're in Africa, because I won't be able to take all my normal, like I'm a pen and paper kind of person, but it's just not an option to do pen and paper type of stuff. So, because it's so heavy, right? We can't take it all with us. So that I'll probably end up using that too. And then some more things. Sorry if this is like so loud opening these boxes, but we already have a bunch of these like 10 cubes, whatever they're called, but we don't have these ones. These ones remind me of elementary school because these are like the ones that we had. And we have the, I can't even remember what the brand is. When we get to it, I'll tell you. Because I have some other ones that we already have some of, but I got more of them because my kids like to build with them. And so I thought we'd try these ones as well, because it's just a little easier, I think, to put these ones together because the little pegs are bigger and than the other type that we have. And so I thought maybe my, what is she, almost 2-year-old might enjoy these. Maybe we'll wrap them for her birthday present because I'm not getting her a birthday present. And so I'm like, what can we wrap that she can open here? So maybe that. And then something else was just this rope game. Again, it's kind of just this challenge to think through how to untie the different ropes. There's different difficulties with how many ropes you put on it. So there's that. And I know that I'm going sort of fast because we don't all want to be here all day. And I will link all this stuff below. These are stylus pens. I got 2 of them for the iPad. These are not the Apple ones because those ones are expensive. So these ones were much cheaper and the reviews were really good. So I got 2 of them just to have a backup. And then these are gel crayons that I thought could be fun for all of my kids could use them. I don't know if my littlest, we'll see how messy they are. And then also I saw someone using it might be Abby from Rooted and Rest that was talking about these trifecta games. So one of them I think is addition and subtraction, one's multiplication and division. So I thought these could be a fun addition to some of my kids' math games. Okay, I got some more boxes ready so that you don't have to listen to me open all the boxes. So these ones I got, these are learning resources, which is the 10 cube brand for the other ones that we have. And these are preschool. I think some of them are for older kids. These ones are specifically for preschool. So I'm not having our charter pay for these because my son isn't on, my 3-year-old isn't in the charter school. But I got them anyway because I thought they could be fun for him. And he loves, both of my little kids love these blocks. They love stacking them. And they have little like grooves in them. And sometimes they stay together well and sometimes they don't, which is why I thought we'd try the other ones too and see which ones we liked better. But this one was numbers. So he's gonna be starting to learn numbers and stuff for school. So I thought we'd do that. This one's also a preschool math set, but it's a little bit different. And so I thought that could be fun for him as well. So those were just a few like games I got for him. And learning resources is another, learning resources and Think Fun. I was like, what are 2 brands that we continually go back to. And then this, I don't know how you'd say this, Add Some Monday, maybe. It's, you know, add, subtraction, multiplication, division. So it's a monster game. And again, I like that it's small because we might end up taking it to Africa if we have space to do it. But I don't know exactly how you play it, but it's something with math. And so we thought that'd be fun to try. I got a book that I will read too, but my kids have started to work through some of Jennifer Nielsen's books. I have reviewed a few of her books. Actually, the first one might be going up today of the reviews, and then I've read some more of her books. I think this one is just a single book. The other ones have been series, but I think this one's just a singular book. So I got this too because my other kids are starting to read them. And then I got Nerds. This is kind of heavy because I just thought, I honestly hardly played this game at all. I know a lot of people loved to play it when I was like a teenager and into my early like 20s. I don't know if it's still popular, people still play it, but they loved it back then. And most of the time, I think they just played it with different decks of cards, right? Because you just have to have, each of you has to have a different deck of cards to play. But I thought it'd be fun to play with my kids, or maybe frustrating because they'll yell and scream at each other, but I figured we'd give it a try. And then this is one I keep seeing pop up, the hues and cues. And so I thought this could be fun to try, where you, I think you put your piece on a color and you describe it a certain way, and then everyone else in the game has to try to figure out where your color is or whatever. So the person that's going, nobody knows what their color is, you know, and they're trying to guess by the, like, it looks like a blueberry or something, you know, and so then they put their piece on what color they think you're talking about. That's about all I know. And then glue sticks, because that's exciting. And we are like all out. My kids were trying to glue stuff today, and they're like, Mom, this glue stick doesn't work. There's no glue in this glue stick. I'm like, I know, I ordered more glue sticks. I know that we're running out. So that's what's in those boxes. This doesn't have a box because I didn't have space for it to go anywhere, but these are just noise canceling headphones. These are for my 10-year-old. All my other kids, at least my older kids, have headphones already, and he was the only one that didn't. Some of them got him for Christmas, some got him for birthdays, I can't remember what else, but he just hadn't asked for them. But he's going to need them too when we go to Africa, because he won't have any headphones to like watch movies when we go, and then also to do things once we're there. And so I got these for him. They're glaring from all the sun. So that's that. And then this little box has some like needle punch art, which I thought could be fun. I actually have some more of these coming in different patterns and stuff, and they're just shipped at different times. You know, I have a few things from Prime that are still kind of staggering in, but most of it is here. It's just, you know, some things take longer. So this is basically what it looks like, but it has some different patterns in there, and it's needle punch stuff. So I thought this could be fun for my kids to do here, but also it's small enough that it could be something to give them an activity to do in Africa if we don't have something to do on a particular day. So that was another reason why I got it. So here's the other cubes. Ta-da! We found them. So yes, the Learning Resources Math Link cubes. We already have a set of these, and we rarely use them for math. My kids use them for building all the time, and they love that. But then they run out. My son, my 3-year-old, ran out of some the other day when he wasn't finished building whatever he wanted to build. So, and these were on a little bit of a sale, and they're not very expensive to begin with. So I got those. And then this is a watercolor set. I feel like I just saw someone else mention this, and I was influenced by it. And so I got some more watercolors for my kids to use for different art things that they have to do for school. And then this is the other learning resources thing that I got with these math cubes here. But this one is for a little bit older kids because it's brain puzzles and stuff. So I thought this could be a fun thing for my kids to pull out if they finish their schoolwork early or things like that, so they're not interfering with everybody else. They could sit and work on those. And then the last thing in this box is more of these like punch art things, whatever they are called. Punch needle. There you go. So this, you can kind of see what it looks like here. So I have never done it this way before. I've done them, I feel like, for a bigger punch pillow, but the backing on this looks very much like cross stitch backing, which I did grow up doing a ton of cross stitching. And so, but you're like pulling yarn through instead of the very fine thread. So it'll be a different experience for all of us because I haven't ever done anything like that before. And then this wasn't a planned purchase like beforehand, but my son, my 10-year-old, was at my in-laws house for a few days during Prime days, and he loved playing with this marble run on my mother-in-law's fridge. And it was actually, she got it, I think she said, on sale last year, and it was discounted this year, so we got it. And he doesn't know I have it yet, so he's gonna be really excited. And probably so are my little kids who like the marbles, and they don't really eat stuff. They're kind of past that stage, but they might carry them around and lose them somewhere, so there's that. And then also I mentioned this to, I can't remember what I mentioned sensory boards in, but I did somewhere in a video recently, and I got a few more of them. Some of them I put in with this stuff. I think actually just this one. And the other two I put in with the Africa stuff because I'm gonna save some so that they're like new for them to play with. But this is great at church. It keeps basically all my kids occupied. It gives their fingers something to do. They love to play with the little strings that come with it. So these are really fun. And then something else that, actually this is probably supposed to go in the Africa stuff, but it's in here, so I'll tell you it here. But these, I found mini magnet tiles, and I was like, this is so cool. So I believe my plan is to take them just to Africa. I don't know if I'll let my kids see them before, and we'll see what we decide to do. But I like that it was like travel size. There's 55 pieces in here, but they're just smaller size. So we can take it like, this is really small to be able to take with us. So I really like that. They might play with it here, but maybe not. That was probably supposed to be in the other boxes, but you know, I had a lot of stuff to sort through. So if one thing makes it in here, that's just how it goes. This is something else I saw that I thought could be cool. I don't know. I was just looking for small, like simple things to pull out, especially for little kids, but they're like basically little sticky cubes and they could build stuff with them. So I thought we'd give it a try. If they like it enough, then I might get some to take with us to Africa as well. And then I know these have been super popular. I see them all the time, like especially at church. A lot of people have their kids play with them at church. So, and then I've seen them in some other like YouTube videos, just kind of in the background that kids are playing with. So I thought we'd try them out and see how my kids like them and how it goes. But that was one of like a new thing that I was like, oh, we're gonna try that. Okay, we're to the last box. I know you're all like, whew, it's been long, lots of stuff. I know, tell me about it. My husband, as he saw the boxes come in, he's like, oh my gosh. Even though he knew it was coming, it was still like, what the heck? So this game, I think Mindy McKnight had mentioned, it's tic-tac-toe, but there's like 3 different games in one. And so I got this for them to play here, but also as a smaller game to possibly take to Africa. And then pens. These are great ones, the Papermate pens, and I'll probably put them with some of my kids' stuff. I might get more. I didn't really get a whole lot of like pencils or anything like that. I'm not gonna take a ton with us to Africa that way. But if I do get stuff, it will probably just be from walking through Walmart and grabbing stuff there, because that's a little easier and I can buy it smaller. Like Amazon tends to have it in bulk, which is helpful sometimes, but not when I'm trying to pack lighter. And then I got some more colored pencils. I got this bigger case, which will stay here, but also, you know, it's for here, but then we'll use it probably to go to Africa, or we have some smaller containers of the Prismacolor, so we might take them. I need to look through all my kids' curriculum and see exactly what they need everything for, and then I can decide there. And then I got a book for us to read, Anna Hibiscus. I believe one of you had mentioned it when we said we were going to Africa, and you're like, this is a really good book, you should read it. And so I had it saved for a really long time and finally got it. So we'll read this book before we go. And then I got, oh my gosh, I can't get it out. These, I don't even know what to call these. Tecti? Is that even what you'd say? I don't know. They're kinetic building systems, and I just thought they looked cool. And my kids would have fun building stuff with them, so I figured we'd try that out as well. And then the last one is a game. It's is or isn't, and it's a game of synonyms and antonyms, which my kids sometimes get them mixed up or they forget what they are. And I just feel like it's a good fun way to learn more vocabulary without doing vocab, because just plain old bookwork vocab is, oh my gosh, snooze fest over here. So I'd rather do it this way. And so I thought we could try this out and see if it works well for my kids and helps them with their synonyms and antonyms. All right, so that's what I got from Amazon Prime Days for homeschool type stuff. And so comment down below and let me know what you got, what looked good, or maybe what you're saving from this haul to look at in the future, or for Christmas gifts. You know, some of these things would make great Christmas gifts. We try to do more educational things for Christmas. This year we're not doing normal Christmas because we're going to be in Africa, but that's generally what I try to do. So they might be good to just save as Christmas gifts and to think about. So just let me know down in the comments what you're looking at or what you got, and then we can all spend more money that we shouldn't be spending. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.